should always strive on and keep it going for you. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening. I am Nasira Satia, and I am going to share with you today my nuggets about weight loss. But before I share my nuggets about weight loss, I'm going to come to you today, tomorrow at the same time, and then the next day. For 3 days, I'm going to give you 3 different tips that I've realized since losing my 50 pounds and getting ready to move on to the next. What has shifted for me, my big, huge shifts in weight loss. Like what shifted, what key notes, key nuggets that I have discovered. And today I'm going to be talking to you specifically about um, why dropping weight seems to help you find a love life, or how it's easier to find love when you have lost weight. So I'm going to talk to you about that. But not only do I want to talk to you about that, but in the description of this video that you're watching, if you're watching the replay, in the description, there is a link to join us. I have a accountability and support coaching love circle group starting for people who want to lose their next 20 pounds or more. And it's starting this Saturday, which is, I believe, July 9th. It's starting this Saturday. And so I have about 10 spots available for this love circle group. And you can find out by clicking the link. It's called Supersize Your Bliss and Not Your Hips. What does BLISS stands for? Supersize your beauty, your love, your intuition, your sensuality, and your significance, not your hips, which is hurts, your insecurities, your problems, and sugar. Okay, so we are going to learn for over 6 weeks how to reduce or how to drop that excess weight with ease and flow, but getting to the point where you're no longer dropping weight and it's a struggle and it's hard and you're fighting yourself and you're tossing a turner. We're going to get to the root of why we keep excess weight, as well as the root of, for you, because everybody's program is pretty much shifted to be customized. So we'll get to the root of why you particularly are having your challenges with excess weight, and what the best routine or ritual will be for you in order to release that weight, and what it can possibly do for your life. Now, a little story, a little backlog about me. I had been around 330 to 345 pounds for over 16 years. And I would lose 10 or 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds, and then gain it all back plus more, over and over and over again. It was a struggle losing it. I tried everything from Fin to different diet programs and all the network marketing programs that were out, Herbalife, everything. I did everything. And not to say that none of it worked, but it all works. And I remember in my previous marriage, my ex-husband would go with me to Weight Watch because I was just too big. And I was like, okay, Oprah's losing weight. J Hud lost weight on Weight Watchers. Everybody's losing weight on Weight Watchers. So I decided I was going to go to Weight Watchers and also lose the weight. And so my husband at the time would go with me to the meeting. So, with Weight Watchers, you weigh in before the meeting and they mark your card if you've lost weight or whatever. And I first went and I was 340, I think it was like 341 pounds or 42 pounds. And so that's what I weighed in on. So I went home and I tried to work the program as best as possible. I thought I was doing everything correctly, and I couldn't wait till the next week. Even psychologically, I thought I was losing weight. And so my ex-husband at the time, we were married, he would go with me. So I went to my first weigh in and I had gained a pound. I was 343 pounds. So I'm devastated and I'm like, what could have happened? I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe my period's coming, something like that. Like, what's going on? Then the next time I went, the next week, I gained another pound. Okay. So now I'm at 340, 344. And so I was like, okay. So I went home and I really, really tried to do everything right. I even walked. Went back for the next week. And now I am 345 pounds. And I just gush and crying in tears. And I'm just looking at my husband at the time, and he is looking at me. He's like, well, maybe you don't know how to do the program right. I don't know what it is. And I'm laughing now, but I was crying. I just didn't understand. And then at that time, and that was I want to say 2018, 2017, 2018-ish. And I was just like, forget it. You know what? I have a husband. I have a pretty decent life. I don't have any health concerns or scares. So forget it. I'm just 345 pounds and that's just what it's going to be. And so I kept that weight. I kept that weight until um, just about 6 months ago. I kept all that weight on until about 6 months ago. I decided when I moved here to Mexico that I wanted to renew my life. I was tired of struggling and I was just tired of me. And being tired of me, what I realized was I wasn't loving me enough. I wasn't loving me enough. I was putting so much love into everything that I was doing, from my Mary Kay business to my matchmaking business to my friends to my daughters, just love everywhere, but no love being directed at me. At least I didn't feel it. And I wasn't actively directing love towards me. And now I had come to this conclusion, now that my marriage had dissolved, that I just wanted a new me. And so I began to do something I had never done before, and that was like praying and fasting. And as I start learning to live a fasted lifestyle, the wisdom and the downloads start coming to me about weight and what it represents for many of us. And so, bringing you on the other side, 50 pounds lighter. Yay! Yes, yes, yes. And so excited about it. But not only 50 pounds lighter, but mastering how to maintain that 50 pounds. Because so often what we do is we struggle through the weight loss. We focus on the weight loss, and we lose the weight. And then next thing you know, we gain 5 pounds back. We gain 10 pounds back, 15 pounds back, and then you gain back everything. But now I'm in my maintenance and making sure that I know what's required of me to maintain that 50-pound weight loss. Yes. So I'm excited about that I've been able to keep this 50 pounds off without a struggle. For the last, I'm going to say, probably the last 3 months now. The last 3 months I've been in maintenance. Like, I stopped trying to lose weight. I just want to maintain what I have. And now, because I have the program Supersize Your Bliss and Not Your Hips starting this Saturday, that program is starting this Saturday. I'm going to go back into the weight loss phase with my sisters, I call them sisters, with my sisters who enroll in the program and who also want to do this journey with me. It was my mentor, Debrina, she tells me stop saying mentor. My life coach, my friend, Debrina Jackson Gandy, was just like, don't wait till you lose it all, the whole 100 pounds. Just, grab some ladies with you and continue the journey and show them what you're doing and give them your rituals and your routines and stuff to show them what you're doing. So that's what we are doing, and we're starting Saturday. So that link is in the description of Supersize Your Bliss, Not Your Hips. Okay. So it's a mindset. It's mindset, and it's eating as well. It's physical. Okay. So no, we don't work out hard. I don't work out hard. I do go and I work out lightly, and I do different things that my body is asking me, but I'm not a workout buff at all. But I do like how it tones me and things like that. So what I want to talk to you today is being on the other side of that 50 pounds. how some of you have been able to see, I post some things about me and my bae, my partner, my new love. And it was almost like he just came out of the blue, right? It was just like he just came out of the blue. So I'm not going to tell our whole love story, but I was going to, well, one of the things I was doing here in Mexico, first of all, finding love was not necessarily um, a part of what I wanted at the time, because I was working on me and being my best version of God. And so one of the things I started to do is I learned and I noticed patterns. You know, sometimes we get ourselves in patterns where we do the same thing over and over and over again. We don't question ourselves. We go to the same grocery store. We go to the same gas station. We just do the same thing, go to the same church. We just do the same thing over and over again, right? Not question ourselves. Well, your body adapts to patterns. It adapts to patterns. And the more your body adapts to patterns, the more resistant it becomes to shift the patterns or to change the patterns. And so one of the patterns that it was just small, minute, that I wanted to do was stop going to the same grocery stores all the time. So I decided to go to a different grocery store. And in that decision to go to a different grocery store, my love found me at the grocery store, at this new grocery store that I started going to. So that's a little bit about how we met, right? I'm at the grocery store I decided to switch a pattern, to switch what my routine and do something different. And voila, he was there. So watching me. But moving forward, so let me get my notes to make sure. So why does it seem like it's easier to find love when you lose weight? So let me just go into that. Let me just share what it is. And it's not about because working as a dating coach and matchmaker, lipstick. Working as a dating coach and matchmaker, I specifically um coach and work with plus size, curvy and plus size women. Yes, that's my niche. Okay. Um, and so I'm in no way saying that you have to lose weight to find love, because you absolutely do not. But what I want to say is it becomes easy when you start to lose weight. And I'm going to share why those is I have 3 points to why it becomes easier. So I'm not saying you have to lose weight, because one of the things women come to me and they say, I feel like I can't find love because I'm big. And what I want to share with you, it's not that you're not finding love because you're big. You're finding love because your mindset, your thought process around being big, your thought process around um, looking at it and viewing it as a negative. Okay. So that's a lot of the reasons why you're not finding it. It's your viewpoint. It's how you're thinking about, how you're processing finding love, and how you are at odds with your body. You cannot be at odds with your body when you are wanting to be in love, because if you're at odds with your body, guess what? You repel love. You are a repeller of love when you are at odds with your body. So I am not saying that you have to lose weight to find love. You absolutely do not have to lose weight to find love. However, as I go into point number one, why it makes love easier to find you when you start losing weight. So the first point I have is because you have a higher level of self-focus. You have a higher level of self-focus. So when you are focused on releasing weight or dropping weight, you're focused on yourself. As I said in the beginning, many of us, we don't focus on ourselves. We focus on our job. We want to really do good at our work. We want to focus on our business. We give everything, every waking hour to our businesses, to our job. We give every waking hour to our children. We give every waking hour to everything outside of us and around us. You know, yard work, cleaning the house, cleaning the car, everything outside of us. But when it comes to us, we're not giving everything. We're not giving that same amount of energy to ourselves. However, when you start to focus on seriously losing weight and you really are paying attention to what you're doing, guess what you're doing? You are focusing on yourself. So why does that matter? When you are focusing on yourself, then you are saying, I matter, I'm important. And when you're saying I matter, I'm important, guess what happens? You open the portal, you open the door to someone else saying the same thing. You matter, you're important. So it makes finding love easy when you feel like you matter and you're important and you are focusing on yourself. And weight loss helps you focus on yourself because you're paying attention to everything you're eating. You're paying attention to when you worked out. You're paying attention to all those things. You are focused on yourself, and it makes it easy for someone else to also want to be focused on you. So the second reason why losing weight helps you find love easily is because now you are raising your attraction vibration. What do I mean by your attraction vibration? What makes you beautiful? What gives you positive energy? What makes you sexy? You're raising that because when you're focused on you, the second part to that plan is that's the A plan, focus on you. Right? When you want to find love, it's not that you don't go get on Tinder or you don't secure my services or something like that. I'm not saying that you be stagnant about it or have inactivity, but the activity, your primal activity or your primary activity you want to have is self-focus. So self-focus then turns into a higher level of self-appreciation, a higher level of happiness. When you have a higher level of happiness, you have a higher level of energy, you have a higher level of positivity, you are thinking about yourself differently and you are loving yourself more because of the work that you're doing, and you're looking in the mirror and you're looking on the scale and you're seeing the pounds go up. You have a deep self-appreciation. So in that self-appreciation, guess what's happening? You are now magnetizing. You are magnetizing another entity, a lot of other entities, opportunities. One of the things that happens in my matchmaking agency is when we do the work or the exercises on focus on yourself, what ends up happening is their prosperity starts to increase. They get higher level paying jobs, their businesses really take off. That's because they're focusing on themselves and they're raising their vibration. So when you raise up, when you're no longer down here and feeling low and you're raising up, you are now attracting beautiful, lovely things on a higher level to come to you with ease and grace. It's not a struggle. It's not a fight. You don't have to be looking, actively looking. It will just be, you're like sucking it in. You become mesmerizing, okay? You become mesmerizing. So, one, you start to focus on yourself. Number two, you become highly attractive, okay? So the third thing that happens, that when you start to lose weight and it makes love finding you easier, is you're in the flow of receiving love. You are now in the flow of receiving love. Being in the flow of receiving love means that you are not just giving love to people and everything outside of you. You are now receiving it. You're receiving it. And so now that you are open to receiving love, guess what happened? Love comes and it's magnetized to you. It focuses on you. It wants you. And that's the three things that I wanted to share with you why when you lose weight, it becomes easier to find love. And so going back to my story, um, so um when I was at the grocery store, I'm at the grocery store buying fruit, buying things, for my foods and stuff, my salads and all of that, not thinking about anything. And I started a new little habit of going to this particular grocery store every week because I love their produce department. Okay. And so every week, my honey said that he saw me, he would see me. And he said he was trying to figure out if I was married or not. And because he's like, something that beautiful has to be married. Oh my God. And so finally, he inserted himself in my life. And we have been figuring out our journey ever since. But I want to say this, he's who I've chosen, but it's almost not a day that goes by that someone is not shooting their shot and it feels good, whether it's online or me being out and about, like here in Mexico or over in San Diego or wherever I am. I'm always constantly shooting my shot. Another thing that has shifted for me too is I used to only attract certain types of men. Now I'm attracting all kinds of men. Like, can I tell you, last night, now hopefully, well, my boo don't see this, okay? But last night, even a Caucasian man, an amazing looking Caucasian man, he like kissed my hand and he wanted my phone number and all that stuff. I never in all my years had a Caucasian man um be attracted to me and want my number and ask me for my number and all of that. So that was just something that was just like, wow, wow, wow. So I literally have a buffet of men, and I like to say buffet because I eat her, right? But a buffet of men like wanting to pursue me and interested in me, and high level men at that, right? Not just all broke and disgusted, but there are different types of men. Some have more money than others, but it becomes easier for them to be attracted to you and to find you. Number one, if you learn to focus on you. Number two, as you focus on you, your vibration is raising because you're becoming happier with your weight loss results. And then number three, because you're showing yourself love, then you are opening up the door for others to want to show you love, but not just in romantic love, but new friends. Oh gosh, since I've been on my journey, I have like all my old friends are passing, like not dying, but like leaving, like being rotated out of my life. And now my new friends are like right here with me. We're accelerating together. We're growing together. We're working on projects together. It is so amazing. And it gives you so much courage, right? I've always been a confident woman, right? My weight didn't keep me from being confident. I've always been confident. And then I'm more confident in some things than others. But when you are really loving yourself the way you should and you're conscious. So, one of the things this time around, I'm very conscious of how I treat myself. I'm conscious about what I'm saying to myself. I'm conscious about what I'm putting in my mouth and why I'm putting it in my mouth. What is it that I've selected to put in my mouth and why am I doing it? So, I'm so very conscious now. And I want to transfer all of that to you in this program. So, I told you the link is in the description for Supersize Your Bliss and Not Your Hips. Listen, we all have to get to a place where we're healing on a regular basis. Healing is not a one-time thing, but that we are in a forever reciprocation of healing. And then secondly, that we're on purpose. And part of your purpose is to represent God, be your best representation of God. Okay. One of the things that I have coined is people are not reading the Bible. They are reading you. And when they read you, what is it that you are depicting about our Heavenly Father? And so that's what I'm really interested in. And in doing that, you have to learn to be in a blissful state. Live your bliss, your beauty, your love, your intuition, your sensuality, and your significance. When you live in a blissful state, it makes it easier to go through the transformational process of releasing weight, maintaining the weight, and just feeling really good. And ultimately, what today's topic was to attract love. And I mean love that loves. And if any of you look at my stories and you see how he holds me, how he looks at me, how intentional he is, and like just spending time with me and pouring love into me. And that's the type of love that I have not ever had before until now. I've had versions of love in my marriage. I've had versions of love, and it was like what they call breadcrumbing, where they just give you just enough to keep you a little bit okay, but you're not getting everything, and all the arguments are about what they're not doing for you. But when you shift your focus and you start holding yourself with love and pride, and you focus on yourself and you stop giving yourself excuses to why you can't focus on yourself and why you're not worthy to focus on yourself, you stop all that cowardly bullshit ass talking about yourself and neglecting yourself. Oh Lord, the help is coming. Here it comes. Stop neglecting yourself and all the bullshit as excuses that you use to neglect yourself. It's not cute. And you will never, ever, ever get anybody to pour their love into you if you are not pouring your love into you. We always say, love yourself first. We say that so candidly, and so like we know what that means, but we don't know what that means, because if we did, we wouldn't have a problem attracting amazing partners and keeping them. But we will also be so proud of ourselves that we don't want to do anything that's going to cause harm, damage, or hurt, or abuse, self-abuse. We wouldn't do that. So that's what I want to leave you with today. Tomorrow I'm going to come back at the same time with the next nugget on how you can lose weight faster. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you how you can lose weight 10 times faster. Okay, so listen, I would love for have you as a part of our love circle and our accountability for the next 6 weeks. The program starts Saturday. Starts Saturday, and our kickoff orientation is Saturday. And I would love to have you a part of that journey where you are focused, learning to focus on yourself, learning to raise your high vibration, and being able to attract the goodness that's waiting on you. Listen, you're not waiting. You don't have to keep praying about the same thing. It's time to just, create different patterns and different habits and different mindsets, right? And so when you do that, naturally you are going to attract love and beyond. Okay, let me be and serve as your witness. All right, so until we meet or speak, hug yourself for me. I am Nasira Satia, and I'm signing off, but I'll see you this same time tomorrow with nugget number 2 on how to lose weight 10 times faster. Okay, all right, sign up for the course, get in there. We start Saturday. I want you with me. I want my sisters with me as we go into this next level of really learning how to put ourselves first. When you put yourself first, girl, woo! You are just gonna be so flaming hot. You can't keep them off of you, okay? All right, I'm out. Peace.